Hello kids. So let's see one of the question of chemistry here. The question is in front of your screen. Keep your mobiles in vertical manner. Okay, so portrait mode so that you can view it properly. The question goes like this. An organic compound A on heating with concentrated H2SO4 forms a compound B which on addition of 1 mole of hydrogen in presence of nickel forms a compound C which on combustion, so it's a multi-layered question, right? Okay, so no need to go through the entire thing. Okay, first understand what all things we want here. So number one is we are using concentrated H2SO4, right? So you have to have something in your mind that all the reactions which contain concentrated H2SO4 in them, right? And then there is addition of hydrogen in presence of nickel, so something related to hydrogenation reaction. Okay, then we have combustion. Okay, and whenever a hydrocarbon undergoes combustion, it forms carbon dioxide and water, right? Okay, so let's reverse engineer this particular reaction. Okay, let's reverse engineer this particular reaction, okay, and understand in simple way. So I'm discarding this pick and here it goes. This is our reaction, right? So there's a compound A when heated with H2SO4. Actually the temperature is 170 or 180 degrees Celsius something, but it was not mentioned in the question. We get compound B. On hydrogenation it forms a compound C, and then it's combustion. Okay, what is this reaction called? Heating with H2SO4. What is this reaction called? You know what? So this is dehydration, right? This is dehydration, if you remember. Okay, so let's substitute some values here in place of A, B, right? Let's do this. So here is it. Okay, so how do we get this particular reaction? Number one, it was already mentioned in the question that 2 moles of CO2, right? 2 moles of CO2 and 3 moles of water. Okay, so 2 moles of CO2 means that particular hydrocarbon which we are using in combustion should have 2 carbon, right? So a saturated hydrocarbon with 2 carbon is what? Is ethane, right? So ethane plus O2 gives 2 times CO2 plus 3 H2O. Okay, actually this reaction is not balanced. We'll balance it later, but this is just the rough work. This is the thinking behind it. So 2C, it means that 2 carbon in that particular hydrocarbon, so it's ethane. Okay, and then again we reverse engineer it. So ethane, how is that particular ethane formed? It should have been formed from ethene, right? So ethene undergoes hydrogenation in presence of nickel or platinum to form ethane. Okay, then again next, how is ethene formed? Ethene is formed from ethanol. Okay, dehydration in presence of H2SO4, it forms ethene plus, I forgot to mention here, plus water, right? So the reaction is actually like this. So it's C2H6, C2H5OH, Okay, heat H2SO4, and we get what? We get ethene, CH2, double bond CH2 plus water. Right, I haven't mentioned water there, but this is the reaction, right? Okay, and I told you that this reaction is not balanced, right? So let's see. Let's discard this, and here it is. This is the balance equation. See, okay, 2 moles of CO2, 3 moles of water, okay, and we burned 1 mole of ethane and 7/2 of oxygen. Okay, if we multiply this entire equation by 2, right, so that we don't get a fraction, we get this. 2 times ethane plus 7 O2 gives 4 CO2 plus 6 H2O. Okay, combustion reaction, so always associated with release of energy in the form of light and heat, right? Okay, so let's again go back to that question and the answer. Let's revise the answer. An organic compound A, on heating with concentrated H2SO4, forms a compound B when added with hydrogen in presence of nickel, forms a compound C. C when burns in presence of oxygen forms CO2 and water, right? So what is the reaction? The reaction is C2H5OH, ethanol. Ethanol is compound A, right? And the compound B is CH2 double bond CH2. Compound B is ethene. What is compound C? Okay, so compound B, that is ethene, CH2 double bond CH2, when reacts with hydrogen in presence of nickel, it forms CH3 single bond CH3. So this is our compound C, alkane, right? And then after alkane, what happens to that alkane? Alkane reacts with carbon dioxide, means CH3 single bond CH3, reacts with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so this is how we have to think. If we are not able to think forward, we should not stop thinking. We should think backwards, but keep on thinking. Do your best. Keep practicing.